Buy a home at TAF City and get a free modern kitchen appliance from now till January 15 by our Binta, Nima or Ami and get all these 3 kitchen appliances for story building. And for bungalow, choose one of them. Get your home now.
This is the TAF Hub, a show brought to you by TAF Africa Global to educate you on real estate matters, to mentor you and inspire you.
After 48 years of working and also traveling all over the world, I am ready to share my experience with you, especially those young ones who follow me for inspiration.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Uncle TAF and Abyss, for considering me to be a part of today's session. It is such an honor to be here to join all these amazing young people. Sorry, I was about to say young women because I'm always working with young women. I'm not gender biased. When I was told that they wanted me to talk on confidence, it was a very huge challenge because you call me any day to talk about youth political participation, youth inclusion and governance. I am ever ready. I could do that in my sleep. But when you call me talk on issues around confidence, it's huge because even on myself and on my level, this is an ongoing process. I'm still learning on how to be more confident in my potential, confident in myself, confident in my leadership role, leading a team at my office and all whatnot. So this isn't something that you're born with. It isn't something that you learn one time and you're perfect at it. It's something that you continuously learn, learning to be a leader with values, learning to be a leader with principles, learning to be confident in yourself, in your ability to lead, in your ability to speak up and stand up for a cause. So we all know that leaders are not, you don't just have one skill or one quality and that makes you a good leader. There are different qualities that makes a person a great leader. And this is why when we talk about good leadership, when we talk about visionary leadership that brings about change, that brings about results, and that creates impact that is sustainable across different levels of our society, we talk about a lot of things. We talk about values, we talk about empathy, we talk about commitment, honesty that Uncle TAF just talked about. We also talk about confidence in yourself, in your ability to lead, in your ability to bring about change. You need all of these things in you to be able to become a good leader. One of these things does not make a person a good leader. And that's why even when you look at great leaders in the world, Uncle TAF mentioned this as well. When you look at great leaders in the world, they always have teams because one person can't have all of these things in them. So they bring people with those skills, they bring people with expertise in those areas so they're able to complement their effort and provide technical support to them as and when needed. That's why you see precedents with advisors. So confidence, like I said, it's not something that everyone is born with. Some people are born with it, which is great. Others are not. And a critical part of being a good leader is being able to evolve, being able to learn, to grow, to enhance your potential, to enhance your skills. It's an ongoing process. You don't just become a leader and that's it. You're always learning, you're always looking to improve yourself, you're always looking to improve your potential. I didn't start with speaking in a room full of people. I started at school. I started with an assembly ground. I started with doing poetry in a class. I started with one mic, one stage, a few people. And now I am able to represent my country at global stages and speak on issues that are affecting young people in this country because I made it a point to ensure that I always invested in improving my skills. And this goes on to other young people. You see young people like Amacham, you see young people like Chernoge, you see young people that are doing brilliantly well, and just like me, they also started with very small platforms, but they invested a lot in personal development. That is one way to ensure that you're able to build confidence in yourself, in your potential. Because, like I said, the world grows things evolve, people change, dynamics change. You need to also evolve with the world, you need to change with the world, and that's how you're able to create a name for yourself, you're able to create a brand for yourself. So whenever people talk about youth leadership in the Gambia, your name is one of them because they know you're always investing in enhancing your potential at all times. So in order for leaders to thrive, they must be able to have confidence within. It starts with having confidence within, confidence in yourself, confidence in your ability, confidence in your passion. If you do not have confidence in yourself and what you do, that is going to ultimately affect how you have confidence in the things you're doing and what impact you're able to create. So it starts with yourself, it starts within, it starts with me having confidence in my beliefs, in my values, in my principles, in myself, in what I stand for. Whether or not it is validated by another person, I know why I am doing what I'm doing, but I also know that at any time of the day, I will stand for myself, I will speak for myself, I will be guided by my standards, my values, my principles. Those are going to be the guiding principles for me in my leadership, wherever it is, whether I'm leading one person, or I'm leading 10 people, or I'm leading an entire country. Those are going to be the things that are guiding me. So confidence starts within. You need to believe in yourself. Before any other person believes in you, you need to believe in yourself. And even when you look at branding, how you brand yourself. And this is, Uncle TAF does this, and I really love that. And I do it too. And if you're young and you use social media to post about your accomplishments and things that you do, a lot of people say, oh, dafa wane ki foko jis munge binda, foko jis sutuki munge binda, so deme fi lu neka mun ko def. And that's where personal branding comes in. I am branding myself. I know the kind of brand that I want. I know how I want to be seen. I know what accomplishments I want people to think about when they talk about my name. And that's why I am branding myself, right? So when you see me go on social media and I post about my work, and I post about the places that I go to, and I post about the things that I do, when I leave this hall, be assured that I'm going to post about it. And that's because I am branding myself. We are in a space that is so small, the opportunities are so limited for young people. You need to be able to use your potential so you are one of the young people that they think about whenever opportunities come up. You cannot, people are not going to believe in you until you believe in yourself, you brand yourself, you put your work out there, and you speak up for yourself before anyone else does that. Because if you do not believe in yourself, how do you expect other people to believe in you? How do you expect them to invest in you? How do you expect them to support you? They must see you doing something and they recognize, oh, this is someone we actually need to support and provide her with more opportunities so she can go further in her career in leadership. So it starts with you believing in yourself, having confidence within, and starting with that, and then everyone else is going to recognize what you're doing, and then that is how it starts. I started with one mic, one podium, one poem in high school, and that was just 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And now I am able to represent my country in global stages, and I didn't do that by myself. I started with believing in myself, and I had people who believed in me too because I proved to them I was worth believing in. No two people have the same opinions on things. No two people have the same opinion or perspectives. You're always going to have people that will disagree with your stance, people that will disagree with your belief, people that will disagree with your perspectives, but you must be confident in yourself, confident enough to stand up and speak out for the things you believe in. And then the confidence to lead and break barriers. It's important to have confidence in yourself. It's important to believe in yourself and have other people believe in you. It's important to have confidence to speak up and stand out about the things you believe in. But you're not just looking to do this for yourself. A lot of us are looking to work in bigger spaces. We're looking to work with other people, whether you're supervising them or you're just an ordinary member of the team. You're looking to work with different people because no one person, a man is not an island or whatever they say. No one person can create impact to a certain level without needing the help of other people around him. That's why with institutions, they have teams. They have different teams, a programs team, a communications team, M&E team, because all of these people complement each other's efforts. They all bring in a wealth of experience. So you can never possibly do things alone. You always need to be able to work with other people to do it. And having the confidence to lead when it is required, having the confidence to be in the forefront or lead from the back whenever that need arises, having the confidence to be a team player, someone that your team members can look up to and always go to because they know they can always count on you. They can count on your expertise. They can count on your skills. They can count on your guidance at all times. This is how you break barriers within a bigger working space and not limit yourself or box yourself into very small confined spaces. Building confidence starts with you. It starts with a lot of self-reflection, a lot of self-awareness. And what this does, it helps you know about your weaknesses and your strengths. One of the reasons why I really love that Uncle TAF is doing this is because as young people, we need to learn about leadership. You cannot be confident. You cannot take on a lot of challenges or break a lot of barriers if you do not know about leadership. Growing up, a lot of us just understood leadership to be, kunyu jite, kuneka si kanam. So I want a position, I'm just gonna go and be voted into that position, and I'm just the head, I'm leading everything. We never really got the opportunity to be taught or to be taken through the different aspects or the different qualities that make up good leadership. And this is why we need to task ourselves to learn about leadership outside of what we've been taught growing up. Learn about how to be a good leader, learn about what good leadership is all about, the qualities, the skills, the knowledge, the expertise that is required, and this will go a long way in helping you build confidence. You can't build confidence in something you do not know about. So if you don't know what good leadership is, how do you build confidence to become a good leader? It's not possible. So you need to know what makes up a good leader. Teamwork, principles, values, ethics, honesty, respect, commitment, confidence, courage, determination. You need to know about all of these things and how they apply to you. Being able to guide others towards success. I really liked when Uncle TAF mentioned Abyss and all that she's been able to do with their team, working with them for the past couple of years, and now she's growing. She's moving up a step higher in her career ladder. And a key part in building confidence is being able to guide others that are with you. So even in the team here, you have people that have different strengths. You have people that have different capabilities. You might have someone who's very good in public speaking, but there's another person in her group who's very good with doing context analysis, who's very good in developing strategies or whatnot. So if that person does the development, you're giving it to the person who's very good with public speaking because that's not your strength, and that person is delivering it on your behalf. So knowing how to support each other, how to guide each other towards achieving things that will create an impact for yourself in your lives, but also in your community. That's very important. You cannot do it alone. And I've said this over and over again in my presentation because I wanted to sink in for all of us that it's not possible to achieve success alone. It is not possible to achieve or to create an impact in this country alone. You see young people working together in organizations, in teams, because they've recognized that no one person can actually create that impact that we want to see in our country. Developing your skills and knowledge. I've said this. This is not an exam where, okay, I've done it once, I've attended the TAF leadership program, so I have developed some skills and gained some knowledge, so this is it for me, I know all about leadership. That is not how it works. When I was sitting there with Abyss before we started, we were talking about courses on project management that can be taken by young people, right? I go online and I find courses that I always do because in my work, things are always evolving. Things are always changing. So you need to invest in developing your skills, developing your talent. If you see leadership programs for you to apply to join them. If you see opportunities online that will help you in your leadership journey, that will help build your confidence, do it. If you're within a class and you know that you have problems with public speaking, you have problems with being confident, volunteer to do your class presentations. That is how you are able to, one step after the other, change things and improve your skills and develop your knowledge as well. And the last thing that I want to talk about on this is the need to seek mentorship. A lot of people think that they know everything, and this is something that I personally, this is an advice to you and an advice to myself as a young person as well, seeking mentorship and accepting to be coached, accepting to learn, accepting to be advised, accepting to be guided. Because it's very possible for young people, you have one opportunity, you've grown one step, and you're like, oh, now I know everything, now I can do everything. I don't need anyone to mentor me. And that's where you get it wrong, because no matter how much you know, there's always an individual who knows more. There's always someone who's gone through that path. There's always someone that has broken those barriers. There's always someone that is more experienced than you. So learning from those people who are within the same career path as you, people who share who your goals, your ambitions, your values align to, and allowing them to mentor you, to guide you through. I couldn't have achieved 10% of the things that I've achieved at my age if I was not mentored, if I was not coached, if I was not guided, if I was not advised, if I was not supported. So this speaks to the need for you to open yourself up to help and support. And knowing that you can't possibly, even if you have 10 master's degrees and you've worked in an area for 10 years, yes, you do have expertise, which is great, but there's always someone who knows more. There's always someone you can learn from to improve and better yourself. And that goes a long way in improving your confidence, because you always know, oh, this person that I'm learning from, they've done this, they've been here, they've done that. So whatever they're guiding me on, it's something I can rely on and I can use to improve my skills as a young leader. But apart from building confidence in yourself, there's also a need to build confidence when you work with a team, when you work within an institution. Because I have said this and I'm going to keep saying it, you cannot possibly do anything in this country alone. It is not possible. You can try, but it's not going to work. Take it from me who has tried before. So how do you ensure that there's good leadership and building confidence in a team? And Uncle Taf mentioned this in his speech. He talked about respect. Listen, respect, lead. When you work within a team, you work with a diverse group of people, people from different backgrounds, people with different principles, people with different perspectives. And when you work with them, in order to be able to make achievements, you need to listen to the people you work with. Even if you're the supervisor or you're the team leader. In my office, every Friday I have assistants that work with me, and we together implement programs for our office. And every Friday we have an evaluation meeting. And in that meeting, in my role as a supervisor, I have to listen to the concerns, to the needs, to the strengths and weaknesses of my team members. Because that is the only way I'm able to improve the quality of our work in our institution. If I have people that work with me, or we work together in an institution, and we are not listening to each other, we are not recognizing each other's needs, it's very possible for us to always clash, and that affects or has a very negative impact in our work. So listen to people, take their ideas, listen to their perspectives, listen to the things that they want to share with you, because those little things can actually help in improving the quality you're giving out at work, the quality you're giving out at your institution, at your community, at your organization as well. Respecting them as well. Oftentimes you work with people that, yes, you may have more expertise than, yes, you may have worked in that area for a lot more years than, but they also bring something on the table. So you need to be able to respect their views, respect their opinions, and seek their opinions as and when needed as well. And the second thing would be responsible and accountable leadership. Accountability is very important. Self-accountability, knowing that you're holding yourself accountable, but also institutional accountability, knowing that you're leading, yes, but there are certain times where you make mistakes, where you go wrong, and there are lessons for you to learn. So having that confidence in yourself, having that good leadership to be able to recognize the times and the need for you to take responsibility for your actions, to hold yourself accountable for your actions. And that is the way that you lead the team. So when you hold anyone else accountable in the team, they don't see it as something very strange, because they know you hold yourself accountable for your actions, for your mistakes, for your flaws, your imperfection. So it's very important for you to be responsible and to be accountable. That is one way for you to build your confidence. That is a way for you to build the confidence of other people you're working with in you. Because if they see that you lack that, you make mistakes and you blame it on someone else, you don't take responsibility, you don't take accountability, you think you're perfect, that breaks confidence that people have in you, because they no longer believe in you. They feel like you think you're too perfect and you don't see the wrongs that you do. So accountable and responsible leadership is very important. Authenticity. I have a problem with pronouncing words, by the way. But being authentic and being real to yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what you stand for, being authentic in your beliefs, being confident in your beliefs, that is very important. If I go in a room of young people, or I go in a room of policymakers and I say, I'm here to share my thoughts or perspectives on youth issues in the Gambia, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm real to my belief, I'm real to the core in what I stand for, and I'm authentic in it. And you can question anything about me or other youth leaders, but because they've shown you how real and authentic they are with their work, you can never question their work and their passion and what drives and motivates them. So you need to be very authentic. And leading by example. And that's self-explanatory, leading by example, making sure that people see in you what you would like to see in them, making sure that the things that you're assigning to your teams, the people that you work with, whatever you're telling them to do, they see you doing it already. Sometimes when you lead by example, you don't even need to tell your team members or the young people you're working with or whoever you're working with, you need to do that. But because they've seen you do it, they are going to do it as well. I'll give you an example. One of my colleagues at the office joined us about a year ago, and she was in the same class with Abyss and I at UTG. So she was very new to the work, and she had, one of her weaknesses was public speaking. So we do a lot of public engagements. We do a lot of consultative meetings with government, with political parties, with civil society. And in those meetings, I'm always the one taking the lead. So when it comes to presentations and stuff, I am the one doing that on behalf of the office. And we've always known that she had weaknesses with public speaking. But because she's seen us do it like over and over and over and over again, we didn't even know she was learning like to improve her public speaking skills. Until one day we went to a meeting and I was like, today I don't feel too well, I feel like you need to do this. And then she was panicking and all whatnot, and she went to this podium and then she spoke and everybody was just looking at each other like, how did she do that? And when we got back to the office and I asked her, and she goes, well, I have been looking at your mannerisms. I've been looking at the way you articulate yourself. I've been looking at the way you present. So I just took up from those things. So people they watch you, they look at you, whether they say it or not. So if you're in a position as a leader, you need to be always conscious of that whatever I do, whatever decision I make, whatever step I take, whatever action I'm involved in, I have people who work with me in the team who are looking at that. And you always need to be conscious of that fact. And then being open and transparent. So transparent communication in leadership is very important, and it's also very important for confidence building. If I work within a team and I cannot trust the team members that I work with because they're not open to me, or my supervisor because he's not open to me, doesn't openly communicate to me, that's a problem. Because then I am boxed and I am very limited in my ability to be able to help that team grow. So transparent communication, making sure every member of the team is well informed, well engaged about all issues that are relevant to that team's work. When challenges come up, when successes are made, when issues arise, that team is well communicated to by the person leading the team, and you don't withhold information, because when you do that, the people that work with you in your team, they lack confidence in you. They cannot trust you. You can't trust someone who holds information from you that's relevant to your work, right? So you need to be able to openly, transparently communicate with your team members. And that also creates an opportunity for them to give you their input, to provide advice to you, to provide support to you, whether it's technical or on other issues. And that builds their confidence in you, because they know that whatever happens, they can always count on you to tell them the truth, to be honest to them, to be open with them, to be transparent, and to be responsible for that team's success or failures collectively. And lastly is team development. You can be confident all you want. You can be a great leader. You can work within a team. But if people look in your team and they see people that are still struggling, that still do not have skills, that still do not have knowledge and expertise, that speaks on your leadership. Because how are you such a great leader, but the people that work with you, they're still struggling on things that you can help them to improve on, right? So you need to invest in team development. If you're working in groups, and like I said, this person has this strength, this person has that strength, making sure you're always working together to learn from each other and collectively helping each other to grow and improve yourselves. So if you're in a position of leadership in your office, at your community, in your school, in your workplace, wherever it is you find yourself, if you have skills and potential that other people within your team do not have, take it upon yourself to help them grow. If you're into project management and you realize one member of your team doesn't know how to write reports, do a session with them. Once a week, do a session with them and take them through what a good report entails. Take them through what a proposal document or concept note entails. Take them through on what strategic communication is all about. So identify the things in your team members or people that you work with, your friends, your colleagues, people you go to school with, identify the weaknesses in their, that they have in their leadership, and if you're able to help them develop and change that, you should invest into doing that, because that speaks on you, it speaks on your confidence in yourself as a young leader. It also speaks to the fact that if you are ever given a position of power in this country, you will always look around you and you will carry people with you to be able to create an impact in this country. So those are some of the things that I just wanted to share. And again, would very much like to encourage all of you guys to not let your journey in learning to enhance your skills and knowledge stop here. Do not let it stop here. All the young people that you hear today are doing remarkably well for Gambia. They didn't attend one session or one program. They made efforts to ensure they were always learning. They were always enhancing their skills. They were volunteering. A lot of us started with volunteering. We would use our own money to go to activities and volunteer. And we were struggling. We were students. We didn't have anything, but we would still make it a point to go. So you don't need to start at point 10 when you can start at point 1, right? So start with, you know your potential, you know your cause, you know what you believe in, you know what your passion is. Started looking at youth organizations in your community at the national level who you can volunteer with. And that's how you grow. That's how you're able to take one step at a time, and you're able to get to a level where you're also able to inspire other young people. It's how I started. It's how Fat Jang started. It's how Omar Cham started. It's how Chernobyl started. And we are able to be here to create an impact today because we took that step 1. So forget about who's at step 10. Your journey is your journey. Where you start is where you start. Forget about who's ahead of you. Even us at our level, we have young people that are way ahead of us, but we are doing things based on our own ability. So do things based on your ability, start your journey, find your passion, be driven, and make sure that whatever you're doing, you have it at the back of your mind that there's so many challenges young people in this country are faced with, and you have it in you to be able to create one solution. Even if it's just one solution, to help make those challenges a little less difficult for young people in the country. So thank you very much.
Thank you for watching the TAF Hub. Until we come your way on our next episode, subscribe, like, and share.